All right. What's up, everybody? I don't know if y'all up yet. I don't know if y'all being lazy or what, but we're gonna get started with this live anyway till y'all start showing up. So before everybody starts popping in, hit the likes, hit the subscribe, and make sure you put some comments in the comment section. Why? Because the comments help people understand what's going on. Y'all got information as well. So it ain't just one person, me. I have a small platform that you can utilize to drop some knowledge on as well. So that's what this is all about. It ain't about, who's holding the microphone the tightest. I'm a cat that'll pass the microphone. So drop some comments after this live post. Make it so important. Make sure you do that. Don't be lazy. For all of y'all that's just popping up, uh, or been up, maybe you've been up since 4 a.m. What's happening? This your guy Major coming at you with another kind of cool video. Now I'm a little chill this morning because it's this AM, this reverse redact the word morning. I used it out of old habit. My bad. Reverse delete. Y'all never heard that. Good day. Good day, madam. Good day, mate. Hope y'all doing well. I'm gonna hit the little gong bell. I got my little meditation frequency bell over here. Watch this. Oh snap! We about to get with it now. Yeah, get that high frequency going. You know, got my little. It's all about balance bear. You know what I'm saying? Little solar bear. When the sun is out, he starts rocking back and forth. It's all about balance, right? That's what we talking about. So I'm gonna let some more people jump on here. Looks like all the regs is popping in. Let's see. See Marie in the house. You didn't miss this one, did you? All right, got your notifications on. We got Miss Weeks, Char Weeks, JoJo. We got who else in here? There's 10 people, 10 folk up in here. Everybody post a comment, say something, so we know who you is. Show up in here. All right. Everybody that's in here watching, hit the thumbs up so we can get the numbers up. Everything helps. I'm telling you, with this YouTube thing, all that stuff helps, y'all. Every little button you push on here that's positive, probably even negative, helps the algorithms go out there and find more people to view the video. So I posted some stuff yesterday, and we were talking about, well, I was talking about, um, where are you at? One of the things that crossed my mind, where are you at when you sleep? Where do you go? What world is that? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about some stuff, but we're gonna talk about some present day stuff. Major does it crazy. I mix it all in. You probably think you on a live version of the game Scrabble or something. So you just got to keep up with it. Just buckle your seatbelt up. Sometimes you have to, when Major gets into it, know when to put your seatbelt on because it might be rocket ship. It might just be mellow. I don't know what you're gonna get. You open up Major bag of chips. Who knows what's gonna pop out? But we do know y'all popping on here a little bit. So make sure someone send me some information right now on the screen. Is my picture clear and is my audio clean? That way, before I get started, we know we got a good signal. We know everything's working right. So I appreciate y'all if y'all could do that real quick. And then for those of y'all that just popped in here, didn't get to see my little bear, my little balance bear. Remind me, balance. See, you be doing that. Let y'all in on that. Um, Audio pick clear. Thank you. Picked all awesome. So I kind of shifted, uh, changed polarity a little bit with what I was talking about. I'll get into a little bit, um, but we got to make sure everything I'm talking about also weaves into what's going on right now. So I'll say this: make sure you're still prepping. Make sure you're doing all prepping is doing something ahead of time. Um, no different than you set your clothes out already ironed or whatever you do. Oh, do we iron clothes anymore? Remember the iron board? You used to iron board every morning. Gotta have that crease in your pants so sharp. People get too close to get cut. Y'all remember that? Gotta crease them jeans. Do we do that anymore? I haven't ironed. Man, I don't think I've ironed anything in a while. I don't know. That's kind of weird. Um, Things change all the time. Normal everyday thing is now something else. Another routine. And you see how that happens. You still iron? Okay, that's what's up. All my old school ironettes and ironcers, I guess ironcers out there. Give me a high five. Psh, all right, cool. Still got the irons working. Steam, you better don't leave that water in there too long. If water come out rusty, mess your pants up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be careful. You gotta service that iron too. But yeah, it's everything we talk about has gotta weave into right now, because right now is the only time it's important. Like I've been saying, keep prepping, because we're learning that our journey here, you may need to prep in order to get to the end of your journey. You may need to do some things so you can fulfill your journey, so you can get your whole experience out of this joint. Because, you know, who knows what tomorrow holds or what the next few minutes holds? Nobody knows that. None of us know that. Ain't nobody. Well, some people still got that skill where they can see. There's like a seer. They can still see stuff that no one else can see. They can see what's coming. They can see what's around the corner. They can do all kind of stuff. So I'm not one of them people, but I know it's still some people that have that skill set. They were born with it. Like that's why they did the Salem witch hunts and all that stuff during the European times. They was killing off so-called witches and sorcerers and stuff, right? Well, because they were competition with probably the church back then. So you can't have that where somebody got more power than them, so they had to clean house. It's not that witches, and I wasn't even talking about this, but I just kind of got a little something to give us some insight on present day stuff. We're gonna lead it back to right now, some kind of way. I don't know how, but some kind of way we're gonna get there. But they was killing off witches, right? People that had gifts of powers, stuff like that. So the whole theme is, oh, that's evil. That's not right. That's not good. Those people are bad people. Y'all done seen modern movies like that where people got these powers, and then there's some organization in the world going around trying to kill them off one by one, finding them and killing them because they some kind of mutant or whatever, right? It's not that that's a bad thing. Just like voodoo. People say, voodoo, ooh, that's evil, that's satanic. And yo, you need to do some research, because everything you think is bad, you look into it deep enough, you might find out, oh my goodness, I didn't know that. That could be your way forward. And everything that you're thinking and practicing that is good, unless you've done some basic research and didn't just jump in there and follow the crowds, might be the thing that's going the wrong way. Okay? So just because the masses are doing it doesn't mean that it's the right way. It's just like when you're in a fire. And people who don't have any sense of preparedness or any sense or any training skills for emergency situations tend to do like the ants and just follow the crowd. They follow the crowd right to their death. So there again, when you see a whole bunch of folks doing something over here, you best better be trying to go over here, because good chances, good high probability is that your survival lies in the place where the least people are going, not where the most people are going. But anyway, that's a part of the psychological programming we all been inundated with since birth. Like, I mean, I think I'm so, my mind is so all over, like say, oh, that's a sad thing. And listen, if this has happened to anybody, let me rethink that, because I might not want to say that. But let's just say this. Say there's a lot of calamity in the world. Like ever since it's been, if they had Google, 200 years ago, you would find out same stuff going on today, what was going on 200 years ago. If they had Google and you could just pop your phone open, which is a high probability that technology 1,000 years ago was more advanced than what you're doing right now. That it's a very high probability that that was the case. So you can't really get your footing with this thing called life when you're reviewing the masses, the history for the masses, because it's put there for a reason. You know, history broken down, the word is his story. So what you got to realize with your real eyes is that history has been made to create what you believe and what you see as real today. Infrastructure, roads, bridges, all this stuff, right? Been put here for the intended purpose to keep us in this so-called matrixy type of world, type of planet. Because once you start the process of applying a different type of rule over people, you have to keep populating the spaces to keep them confined. You have to, because once you change from we just gonna beat you, and I'm talking about all types of slavery. I'm not just talking about the so-called African American. First of all, you can't be African and American at the same time. You can't be two nationalities at the same time. So that phrase don't even make sense. But anyway, there's just, just so people could understand what I'm talking about. So if you look at the African American, his story, it's totally flawed and it don't make sense, half of it. But to your imagination, it could make sense because we've been predictively programmed for it to make sense through all these movies and situations in this chaotic life that they've, you know, scripted us to be involved in. So when you take African American slave story, Roots, and all these the Alex Haley movie Roots, which was a fake movie, a fake story altogether. He even admitted it later. I think he got sued or something, and he lost because it was a plagiarized piece, something to that effect. It wasn't even an actual thing, but it would infuriate people that look like the people in the movie that were getting beat and stuff, because that's what they want you to think. That's what they want you to feel like. They want you to feel that pressure of being nothing, because that's the upper hand right there. It's showing you in a picture, something to that effect. But an African American rendition of slavery, all it does is makes you angry. Now, on the other hand, other people groups that are represented in a movie, it will make them feel more empowered. That's how this stuff works. It's all fake. It's all boxes being placed around your mind, your body, in your car, in your house, your so-called home. It's all kinds of stuff going on that people, we're just feeding into the frenzy too. We're actually helping put more gas on the fire. We're stoking the flame, so to speak. So we just got to know that stuff. Now, I wasn't originally talking about this in my original topic yesterday leading up to the live, but hey, I just spit it how it come. Maybe somebody need to hear this because maybe you stuck in something and can't get out. I don't know. But all this stuff that we are thinking is the right stuff ain't the right stuff. This ain't the movie the right stuff. We own the wrong stuff altogether. I can assure you that when we say we believe something, hey, I wrote it down. Hang on. Let me show you the definition of belief. It's an acceptance that a statement is true or that something exists. Now listen, belief is an acceptance. You accepted it. That's a trip, huh? Because when you think about it, we just throw these words around real loose. We don't never look the definitions up and the combinations of words that they put together to form the definition that you then use as a way to navigate this terrain, right? You got to really break this stuff down, because the first part of that is the biggest part of the word belief and acceptance. So you can't accept nothing unless you're convinced that it is either true or false. Now you can accept the false and you can accept the true. That's your thing. It's your thing, like the Isley Brothers song. It's your thing. Do what you want to do. All right. And if you ain't grown folks, I can't tell you who the socket to. That's for grown folk only. You don't even know what who the socket to means, but we do. We grown folks know what that means. Anyway, that's back in the day when music used to didn't just come out and say what they gonna do, at the dance. They would put some crafty words together to let your imagination roam and figure out what they're talking about. They don't just blatantly come out and bam. It's not as old school music ain't vulgar like today's music. But anyway, so belief is an acceptance that a statement is true or that something exists. So you didn't know necessarily that it existed until somebody showed it to you, and then you had to accept it in your mind, in your soul, in your spirit, whatever you want to call it. Okay, I'm not gonna get into arguments about this up here. You say, well, your soul is in here. Well, show me when the doctor opened you up and did the heart surgery, he found your soul. And then, oh, there's his soul. I'm gonna take a picture of that so I can show him later his soul's in. No, your soul exists in your data bank and your memories. But anyway, the seat of intellect is what the old religious term for the seat of intellect, that was called the mind, because they didn't have a word yet called mind. Mind that's a recent creation of a word with a definition applied to it. So mind wasn't in use. The word mind wasn't even in use probably 500 years ago, maybe not even 300 years ago, you know. But the seat of intellect would be the description of the mind. So belief is an acceptance. Now, if you want to go to something more absolute, then you would use the word knowing, right? So knowing is the showing or suggesting that one has knowledge or awareness that is secret or known to only a few people. Knowledge is that from outside, meaning done in full awareness or consciousness. Um, or the verb is the state of being aware or informed. That's what knowing is, okay? So, anytime you get somebody saying, "Do you believe?" Now you know. You have to accept that word, belief. You have to accept that definition of the word belief, or do you know? Now you have to accept that definition. But first you got to know the definition of the words. Something as simple as belief and as no, because there's a whole industry of stuff out there this telling you, it's marketing to you to believe this or believe that. That's how they convince your consciousness to follow. So, just like when you sleep, everything that you saw that day, everything that you recorded in your data banks, in your supercomputer, on your hard drive of your body, you actually are meditating on it subconsciously when you sleep. That's why you got to be careful what's the last few things you do before you fall off to sleep, because that's the highest frequency stages of the day, is when you waking up or when you falling asleep. That's the time that people like Einstein or Tesla, Nikola Tesla. See, it was a whole lot of brown folk too. All right, in this game, and y'all know how it goes. The one who's the victor, who wins the battles and the wars, not the battles, but the wars, gets to write his story as history. So you just don't see all the other figures out there who Hispanic people, Asian people, all kind. See, we see history as one sided in this region of the world. because they won the war. They outmaneuvered everybody, and then they were able to write history as you see it now. Well, moving forward, why that's important is because everything forward from there will follow a certain path for the masses. It's like telegraphed. It's a huge plan involved 200, 300, 400 years ago till now to get it to be the now. So they were doing stuff in the moment, every moment, got groups of people working on stuff in the moment to create everything that you see right now. The ultimate trap, the biggest, craziest box life in the world history probably is right now. The largest wealth transfers going on in the whole world is right. So why is all that happening? Who planned all? Who's doing? We don't even need to talk about that because we don't want to empower these people by repeating these beings or whatever they are. We don't want to empower them by energizing their energy to keep doing what they doing even better for themselves. We don't need to do all that. But what is important is that you see what's going on so we can be into the knowing of things instead of the believing of things, because belief is just like a momentary thing that if you add the moments up over a long period of time, you'll get different outcomes. You'll get certain outcomes. Like for example, I'm gonna say this because it's a big thing. I gotta speak it. And look, and y'all know I'm not against nobody's way. And what I mean by your way is your way. Whatever you I'm gonna say it because it's the thing to say. Whatever your belief is, it should be whatever your no is, okay? But whatever your belief, my no, I'm gonna know some stuff. I'm majors knowing some things because that's for me, okay? I figured out that I could read after I flunked kindergarten. So after I started reading definitions of words a little bit, it started to put into perspective exactly what's going on. It opens up the door to, but see, if you don't get to the point where you get out of the box enough to go do a little basic research for yourself, like this is stuff that I didn't figure out. I figured it out for me, but I just, why everybody do this and why they go this way? Like, why do they call a house a house? Who came up with that? Like, my mind would just, ever since I was young, why they call it a car? Who named that? Like, why can't I call it a bike? Why is the bike called a bike? Why does it have to stay fixed like that? Because once you're programmed, that's what the program does. Now, you and me can call anything what we want to call it. Now, will anyone else understand what we're talking about? Probably not. So, for the sake of communications, yeah, Eric, you got to come up with parameters where everybody knows the same stuff so that everybody can communicate that way. Well, therein lies a lot of the problems because once you get in the program, you're trapped. Now it's habitual because you're going to get it passed on from your parents. You're going to get it passed on by your cousins, your niece. Everybody's going to do the same thing. So all this information being used around you traps you in at all times. The only way to get out of the trap is to break out of the box. The trap is up here in your crown chakra, the highest part of your being is up here. So just like the Bible would say, what I had it and it just um, all of the things that's going on is going to be in the high places. The high places, and I can't remember the verse, but it's talking about principalities, rulers, wickedness, darkness stuff, da 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 da, and wickedness and evil in high places. That would make one think based on what we're involved in today. If you read that right now in high places, you might think, oh, that's government or something like that. No, high places is the highest part of your body. So that would be your mind, which there was no word for that then. So they is broken down into the seat of intellect. So this is the place where everything transpires. In the whole look, you can't do nothing, Nuffing, without this doing something. This connected to, wait a minute, wrong side. I'm looking at the screen, so it looks like the left side, but that's my right side. You can't do nothing without this and this connection doing everything else. So if either one of these ain't working, you ain't working. So it don't matter. If the heart stop, the blood stop to the brain, all of the neurons, neurological pathways, and all of the communications from your heart chakra region kill this. And if this dies, they can keep this alive. They can keep it moving, right? They can keep blood pumping through you. But if this dies, this can't even work effectively. Because if this stops sending blood there and they got to do it physically, that you on life support now, which really very shallow, you know, hope or that you're gonna come back. So everything is starting up here. Everything. I mean, no matter what you look, you can't even believe something unless it goes through this. You can't even, out of habit, we do everything we do from the time we wake up till the time we go to sleep. And even the habits follow you when you sleep. Because, like I said earlier, in your subconscious, it starts playing back what happened during the day. It starts playing back the highest emotional parts of your day. So that's why these movies are scary or action packed, because they're trying to condition your subconscious to work how they want it to do, to produce for you the results in this 3D realm that they want you to produce, not what you want. This is why it got so much marketing, and that's why so they spending just in North America, who knows how many, it might be a trillion, billions upon billions of dollars to make you think. And they break it down into subcultures. They break it down into, not subculture, they break it down into um I lost the word again. I'll get it back and put it in my pocket so I won't lose it. But they they actually take each part of their marketing campaign and they steer it towards each type of people group. So for brown folks, it's this. For uh, peachy folks, you see, because y'all not white. That's a status thing, black and white thing. That's not even real, uh, you know. But a matter of fact, white in Spanish is pronounced blanco. So blanco sounds more black. You know, you would be black in Spanish, but blanco is white. You know, I don't know. They got stuff all confusing. You know, negro is black. So anyway, black and they got different programs for different people groups: Hispanic, Caucasian, if that's what you want to call yourself. I say peachy people, brown people, African people. They got it all broke. Asians, because they coming at you in a divisionary tactic. It's like a wedge. It's like being flanked while they're using a wedge. If you know military terms, the whole goal of military against military is to outflank your opponent. No, however you got to do it. Deception is the number one component. But at all costs, outflank them. Come around so heavy, right or left, to the point where they're overwhelmed and pushed up against certain landmarks or mountains, you know, a river, whatever. You outflank them to maneuver them into a position where they, you know, it turns into like you know, just a death area. So you when you get flanked, you're done. Okay, but that's what this mass marketing and mass psychosis type of, you know, stuff out here is doing. It's outflanking you mentally. So when that happens, you get pushed up against somewhere you can't get out, or it's real hard to get out. You struggle more because you're being outflanked mentally. So the same tactics they use physically, they use them more heavily mentally, because to get your opponent in the right position for the kill shot, you got to come at them up here first. They don't just roll the Trojan horse up in the castle in the beginning. First, they start by systematically getting into their adversary's head. How do they do that? Start taking out little villages, start scaring people, start making people run back to to the king or queen. Oh, they're coming, they're doing this, and this time is they got 50,000 people. You know, whatever it is, they got to come up with to totally, and I mean totally, utterly flank you. That's what they're doing. So you got to take that and apply that to what's going on right now. Most of the time, right now, we outflanking ourselves. Yeah, you outflanking. Yes. So they got the psychosis and the mass marketing and mass chaos type of information out there so heavy, it causes you and me to outflank ourselves. And most of it's steered and based off of emotional flanking. I just kind of created that term. There's no definition for it. It's just another majorosity, another major ebonics. But they got their flanking activity is us doing it against ourselves. That way, they don't even really have to manage their people that much. They're civilians. They just have to keep them in a steady occupation of outflanking yourself. How? By causing you, one, once you lose yourself, once they get the era of people lost themselves, stripped of their abilities, they natural, just born with the ability to see something in the future. Once you get stripped, once they clean house, like you don't see that many albino people no more, do you? But back in the day, when I was in school, it was all over the spot. I mean, you see 4 or 5 albino, you'd be like, Terry, is that you? Yeah, it's me. He's a normal dude, but he just his pigment, he didn't have any, right? So he would be brown features or black people features with white skin, whiter than white people's skin because it no pigment, right? But albino people, if you look at some of the old movies, I mean, real old movies, like ancient looking movies about, like say Egypt. That's like I said, the name of Egypt is really Kemet. The Kemetic sciences, Kemetic studies, Kemetic mathematics, all the mathematics stuff came from back in that, calculus and all that. So, yeah, the Greeks and all them stole it. Everybody stole it, and put their spin on it and called it, math in English, all that stuff. So, but if you look at some of those old movies, every now and then you'll see somebody maybe blind or can't see good, but they albino, and they might have gray eyes, bushy hair, like hair like mine, and then they'll be albino. But the king or the queen, he would send for them so that they could see and tell him what the future will hold. So you gotta understand that a lot of these movies are talking about real stuff, okay? But now that it's called entertainment, something for you to do, something for you to spend your time just enjoying or being scared or laughing or comedy and stuff. But a lot of these movies, ancient movies especially, it's real information. They want to keep pushing it on you so that you don't go looking for it. They want to tell his story to you. Now, when that happens, like I said, once television, television to tell a vision might not be the one you need, but they telling you a vision through the television. That's why they call it the television. Some people say tell lie vision, tell the lie through the vision, but I say tell a vision because it makes more sense to me. I'm using this device to tell you the visions I want you to have, not the ones that you was naturally born with. So that's what's going on, y'all. We got to be aware of this stuff and make sure you're not outflanking yourself. You got to make sure that look through your day, see if you're outflanking, if you're defeating yourself. The other word for flank would be defeating. If you're you might be programmed right now into self defeat. You may not not believe, you may not know this is what's happening. You're like, hey, why does it keep going up and down? Or why is my thing always like this? And just to get something good, I got push so hard to barely get a little good. And it just keeps happening like this day after day after day after day. You outflanking yourself somewhere. You outmaneuvering yourself. You in front, outflanking yourself. Then when something really happens in life, it's double, triple. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's going on. So you gotta Realize with your real eyes, okay, this is what's happening. You have to make sure of that one thing. If I can't say one thing enough, it would be don't outflank yourself. Because I've done it myself. Like I recognize it now, and I can make sure I don't maneuver back there again. But it took all the years of my life, like maybe 10 years ago, right? I'm like, what, 12 years ago? It's like, huh, something's wrong. And I need to narrow in on, see, a lot of times we don't even know. We need to narrow in on the thing because we don't even know the thing. We're not looking for the thing of, we might be comfortable in being outflanked and defeated all the time. We're creatures of habit. So we keep getting comfortable with the position that we hold. And then you hold it tighter because now I'm comfortable with it. I don't want to give it up. I'm not doing it. I don't care. I'm going to keep getting my coffee at 6 a.m. I'm going to drink a whole pot. I'm going to get my muffin and nobody's going to stop me. You know what I'm saying? We just hang on to certain stuff because it's programmed in. We programmed it because it was something we accepted as the truth, as a belief. Now it becomes a real thing. So this, if you rewind your life a little bit, you'll find out you're the cause of most of the stuff. The elite and all these people, they ain't even doing nothing. Their main game is get us doing it against ourselves. That's the main game. It's cheap. I have less administration to have to maintain the system. Let's just put the system on the people, let them become habit, and then it's residual dumbness forever. We got them dumbed down so much, and they so dumb. When they have a baby, they teach it the same thing they learned. Oh my goodness, this is great. We got the best system in the world to govern all these people working right here. So why are we gonna give that up? Why are we gonna let them have any keys to the system at all? The only key to the system is this one. Once you get this one with the right lock and key, that you got the key in your pocket, now you can do something. But it's not gonna be a mass thing. The masses aren't gonna get this. So you just gotta, you gonna be, out there riding yourself. You're gonna be out there riding yourself. So just know that's gonna happen. When you go against the grain, you know how that works. People don't like it because they comfortable in they comfortable being flanked by themselves. So this is a huge area that we need to focus on if you want to get unlocked from the way things now. While you here in this body, I call it a vehicle, maintain it just like your car. Okay? This is the transport system for your soul right now until you get out of here. The whole reason for any of this discussion is where we're headed when we leave this body. So a lot of people got beliefs where that is. If you strong on that, keep it. Don't get off of it for nobody. Don't major talking about this or that. No, you stay on your way. I respect that. So I'm gonna be on my way. You be. We all at different levels. I might be down here. Some of y'all might be up here. Some of y'all might be. Who knows? Who cares? It don't really matter. It just matters that right now we moving forward. We're not moving backwards unless we need to duck or get out of the way or something. Then you start moving forward again. But just know that this present thing we call life is for a purpose. I believe, excuse me, redact that. I know for me, it's for my journey through this place. Like, I think it's more like they want us not to know it's a journey. Because, look, a journey, you're excited about it. A journey, you going out of town, you going on a trip, right? That's a journey. You going on a journey with permission, of course. But when you're going on a trip. But when you're on a journey, you're excited. You're looking forward to it. You're anticipating it. You're like thinking about, oh man, I gotta get my stuff packed because I'm going to Belize. I'm going to Cancun. I'm going somewhere. I'm going South America, Central America, Panama, Costa Rica. I'm going Puerto Rico, somewhere. I'm excited about this. If you got a whole bunch of people excited to be, That's hard to control. Excited about life and happy about it, right? That's hard to control a bunch of them kind of people. It's easier to control a bunch of people complaining, redundantly dissatisfied, because I'll keep showing them I'm satisfied, I'm elite, I'm up here, I got a yacht, I got a plane, I got a helicopter, and 15 houses in 15 different countries. And you over there, what? Working at Mickey D's, making, yeah, I got lobbyists making sure you can only make $10 an hour. So keep you down there so you can't get up here where I'm at. They love doing that. But that's the purpose. Your true wealth ain't in none of that stuff. It's cool. If it's a part of your experience, great, do it. It's better to use it and then get the experience and not own it anyway. Who cares about owning something? Owning is unilaterally stupid. The word owning, you know you don't never own nothing in this life. Not even a shirt, your underwear, ain't none of this stuff you taking with you. And you got to even leave your skin here when you go. It'll disintegrate. I mean, you ain't taking nothing in you, FFING, nothing at all. So we got a lot of work to do. Stop outflanking yourself with holding on to stuff. I got to do it too. Like I got certain things that, yo, I like this thing and I want to keep it. Got to get out of that. You got to, yeah, I want to experience that. Then I'm done with it. And I don't mean it to sound like a cheap date kind of thing. No, I didn't mean that. Like with people, with souls. I meant with things, with stuff. Because in America, we got so much stuff. Look, they could crash the economy right now. It's so much stuff in America. If you realize how much excess stuff, how many storage places making money off you every month, every month, MUNFF, month. How many storage places in America? They building them 4 stories tall now, like high-rise buildings. More storage buildings. That's a sign. That's not even a clue. That's like a sign from the heavens. You got too much stuff. You got so much. If they crash the economy right now and everything just fell down, the dollar's worth 1 cent. Okay, it's almost there anyway. If they did that, you got so much stuff in your apartment, so much stuff in your house. If you think this away, if you know this and don't see, when you don't know something, you can't even use it. You can't access it. That's the same thing with prepping. People buying all this stuff, right? Buying more and more stuff. So other people can get richer faster. They can become trillionaires instead of billionaires now, faster. Like overnight in 1 year, whoosh, because they got their hands in all the cookie jars. Now they making me and you fearful. We go buy more stuff because we need to be prepped. Well, we needed to be prepper minded anyway to be self-sufficient, because you shouldn't be dependent upon nobody else to take care of you. You here, you can take care of your own, right? So that's the real reason why you should be gardening. And it shouldn't be, oh, because the world's coming to end, I start gardening and I want to eat vegetables now. If you're just starting, keep going. But we should have been on this a long time ago. It's not our fault. The society we live in conditioned us to be that way. Now we know, oh, we can't depend on them. So you better, once upon a time, we all just depend on them like you do right now for your lights being on. You depending, you know that when you flip the switch, if you pay the bill, the light's gonna come. But it ain't true. It's not even factual. It's just hyperbole. That's what's been happening. So you believe that's the right way. So, but they can turn the switch off, shut everybody off. What explanation do they need? What do they owe you? The only thing owed is you're paying for it with some type of instrument that gives them leverage somewhere else with their business. So that's the only thing. Outside of that, they ain't help. The grocery store ain't there to help you and your infant. They ain't supposed to supply you formula. They not supposed to have diapers for you and stuff. They do for a reason. Okay, that's the only reason. Outside of that, you supposed to know. Oh, they used to have cloth diapers. I didn't know that. I better get some of those. Those last forever. I can wash them. It's a laborious task, but yes, cloth diapers still exist. You can buy them. Got the little pin. Put the pins on both sides. Baby got a diaper. When they use it, you wash it, dry it in the sun, use it again. It's clean. It can be used again. Yeah, Pampers and diapers and this and that. ain't necessary. Not necessarily unless you know the information. But we live in a time now where people just, we stuck on that level and that's it. And they know that because it's predictive programming. Everything in every area of your life, me, you, everybody, we were born into it. When you came out, the bright light hit you in your face like shock and awe. They already got you right there. Your best world view was in your mama's stomach. The safest place in the world, undisclosed location. They didn't even know who you was. You didn't have no identity yet. You wasn't on paper until you came out. You and me both. So then when the paper came, your mom and dad signed it. Oh, this is great. We got our paper. You got the paperwork. That's nothing. We just want the baby. You're stuck. You're already in it now. So now the only way out, yeah, people, you can file your UCC1. You can do this. You can get your birth certificate stamped and all. You can get your, like you can get your life back or something, your person back, so they can't use it this way and that way. This is all worldwide. Like it's already been going on for quite a while. You're not going to unwind that because you do some paperwork and think you're getting your name out of the system. Because once you get your name out of the system, you don't have full benefit in the system no more either. So you might call yourself free or this word or that word. As far as paperwork is concerned, what's bound on earth is bound in heaven. I get it. It's actual, but it's in your mind that it's actual, that it's real or fake. It's in your mind if something is this way or that way. Like there's some absolutes. Absolute truth is when you step on the ground, with the word they use, gravity. Okay, we don't know. I got to look that up too. But gravity is so supposedly what holds everything down. Okay, so somebody came up with the word. This is, who is it? Einstein, the theory of relativity or something, some bull crap. All he did was say, "I'm standing here. I'm gonna call that a name, and then there's the force somewhere that's doing this. So I'm gonna come up with a theory, and then I'm gonna be renowned for it because I figured it out, even though it was already here." That's just like giving me a fishing. I gotta buy a fishing license to get a natural fish out of the natural water. That's what they're doing with the stuff. It's everywhere like that. So they take credit and they monetize it. So there's absolutes. I'm just using the word gravity because that's the only one we know for to describe that right now in this English language. So gravity, that's absolute. When I stand up, I don't float around. That's absolute. It's absolute that if I don't have any air to breathe, oxygen, prana, ether, whatever you want to call it, I will die. My body, my vehicle will die, right? I will lose consciousness in the physical realm. And then I will escape the real, realm by losing consciousness. We know the absolute is if you don't drink water for 3, 4, 5 days, your body will start shutting down. These are absolute truths. Okay? We know every time we look outside, there the sun is. The sun has risen. Huh? Yep, the sun is risen. So we know at nighttime, if it ain't cloudy, there's what's called the moon, whatever that other thing is, that one's up there. So it's absolutes. That's the stuff you got to focus on first. We've been trained to absolutely believe. Think about that. We've been trained to believe is the absolute, the part where you had to accept the theory or the story as the truth. We have not been trained to know, and this is the most important part. We gotta be, you hear the cliche catchphrase out there, be in the know. Well, not be in the belief. Being in the know means you know that inside information other people might not know. That's what the definition was talking about. Yeah, you ain't in the know, are you? Nah, what you talking about? Tell me. That's what being in the know is. You got to be in the know with your life. It's only for you. Don't expect being in the know for you resembles anybody else being in the know. Because if it's that easy, then everybody be doing it, being in the know. But that's not the case because some people roll around all day long thinking everything is nothing's happening. until they end up back in the corner, outflanked, outmaneuvered, and have no skill sets to deal with it. So, there again, this is all to say everything we're reviewing right now is about your journey and how you navigate through it. Are you going to get a pleasant navigation status, or are you going to always have a unpleasant journey or travels through wherever you're traveling? I'm trying to go, excuse me, I'm traveling pleasant experience. That's what I'm doing. Now, there's going to be some bumps in the road, some hiccups. I mean, life hurts too. You just got to already know ahead of time that it's all about, see, the sun came out. Now my little solar panels work. It's all about balance. That's why I got this. Remind me, it's all about balance. So you got to make sure we're not overpopulated with the wrong things, not overpopulated with the right things. Just try to be balanced. You know what I'm saying? That's the best advice I could give for anybody. Uh, if you're at a place where you're out of balance or you're too heavy this side or that side, it's time you take time, whatever you got to do to get balance. You're never going to get, that's what they're stealing from you, from me. They're trying to steal your soul. What that means is your existence here, somewhere else, and somewhere else. They're trying to somehow take and keep that energy and use it some kind of way. They're using it for themselves, whatever secrets they know that we don't know. That's what's in play. So you can't have your soul taken from you unless you believe. When you get into the know, you regain your footing, you stop being outflanked, and then you have control of your ship as opposed to them having control. That's why I always tell y'all, you make your own narrative, and that's what you live by. Don't live by other people's narratives. Right now, they got 5 zillion narratives going on at the same time to keep you utterly confused and your status would be non-navigational. They just want you sitting there looking like a idiot while paying for it. That's what's going on, y'all. So I'm 52 minutes. I'm gonna look on here and see what's going on. I hope this information reached you. It was like I come up with a topic and then I end up somewhere else. I don't know, y'all. It just must be coming from wherever it's coming from. It's just out here. It's here now. Shoot. Can't pull back what I said. I said what I said. I meant it too. So, who in here? Miss Cherry in the house. C. Marie, the ride or dies are here. Char Weeks. Let's see. Major, I hear you. Still not feeling well. Trying to chime in. What you mean? Oh, okay, okay. We got to feel well. I need to know. I'm gonna send you my email. Okay. Look, Char, Major Safety Team at protonmail.com. Send me what's going on. I don't know if I can help, but I don't want you feeling unwell. Okay. So anything I can help you with, I will try to help you with whatever you need. Because you a ride or die, so Major got you. But email me. I can't get my phone number out on here because everybody get it and then people start calling for inadvertence. They're like, hey, Major, what should I do about my dog? He's not, she's not doing what I'm not the dog whisperer or I don't have those abilities, but I can help you with life stuff a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But let me see who's Gift Edom's in the house over there from Dubai. I think he's in Dubai. What's up? Kaz Realist. Hey y'all, if y'all haven't subscribed to this channel, please do it. Hit the notifications so that you can get any videos I'm going to pop out. And if you're not subscribed to my other channel, that one's at Major Gardner. This one's at Major I was gonna say major transformation. this one is this one is Major Experience TV. So at Major Experience TV. So subscribe to both channels. Knock it out of the box for me. Y'all talking on here, but when this thing finishes processing this live, it's not like a regular video where I could put everything in it up front. Have to wait till the video finishes and then it posts, and then I can go in and put something in the description box. But y'all go and still drop those comments because, like I said, my platform is not just about me talking. This is just to make you think. Y'all got information in y'all's big old database too. So y'all put that in the comments and y'all's energy start moving through this thing as well. That's it's a collaborative thing. It's not supposed to be a just one man show kind of thing. That makes you really tired. I'm tired with that life, trying to run my business, one man show, trying to man, I'm just letting my wife be helping me now. Yeah, honey, do that. I don't even care no more. Just do it. I don't know how to do it. Honey, here, this I figured out. You can figure it out. Figure it out. You taught yourself, you learned it yourself. You taught yourself how to speak English. She trained herself how to speak English in Vietnam. So you do that and talk to me. She still talk little, like Vietnamese. You go to the nail salon. Hey, honey, you want me to do your nail? They got that crazy accent. Do I come over here? $75 for you today. 74.99. I got a deal for you. And do your nail, do your toe. Come back next time. Quantity discount. Next time I do for you 84.99. Vietnamese be getting that money. So got that funny little accent thing going on. But she still train herself how to speak English. I, for the life of me, yet have learned Vietnamese. I can say some words. I can put a couple of sentences together and speak a little bit. I don't know how these foreigners learn our language, or excuse me, reverse, delete, redact that. Learn the language. I shouldn't have used the word ours. The language of the realm in so short time. You know, they're learning English in school too. They get started by at least being introduced to it. Over here, we don't get taught nothing. Kindergarten on up, you don't get to choose if you want to learn Spanish or some other language till high school. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. They teaching you everything else but expanding your mind. Teaching you everything else to mechanize your thoughts the way they want them to go for the industries they want to put out there. So now the plan is over for the workforces, and the plan is over for going to work at the factory. I mean, you still got some stuff going on, but I'm talking about as the core industrialized plan for a nation, all that stuff's over. Yes. So if you're not going into another country to make some money, let's talk about that real quick. I'm gonna give y'all a bonus real quick because y'all hanging in there, the same folks we up in here. Look, Gift. I'm talking to Gift Edom over in Dubai. Do not come over here, brother. Don't come to this place. Please don't do it. It'd be better. You got more opportunity overseas. I know you might not be thinking that because when you in a place, you get conditioned to whatever experiences you've had so far. It's hard to break out of it. You got more upward mobility being overseas right now, especially in Southeast Asia, than you do over here. So y'all make sure the grass ain't always greener on the other side. I'm gonna tell you that. But in some cases, it is, depending on if you in the place and you know the grass is burnt. Okay, if you know the grass is burnt, you can go somewhere where it may be greener as long as you do your due diligence. But if it's green and green, don't, you know what I'm saying? Stay where you at. I know it's burnt. Where I'm at, the grass is not green. I make it what I want it, but it's not actually green. You got to do a lot of work over here to get some green grass. In other countries, it's just green year around. Just like stuff grows in gardens and they grow all year round in other regions. But over here, you got that winter. So on the big TV screen of life, either you want continual growth or you like excuse me, meeting, it's not meeting, intermittent growth. I had to go in and get my professor of psychology verbiage, skills out of the database and present it now to you in the form of the English language. No, I'm just messing with you. Sometimes my words slur because I'm thinking so fast, my mouth can't keep up. That's what's happening. Uh, but anyway, the grass ain't always greener on the other side. So, you know, I'm in my next live, I might be talking about some overseas travel stuff. Like y'all know I go back and forth. I haven't been in a minute because we've been trying to get stuff ironed out here to where things keep moving even whether we're here or not. So we probably gonna make a trip to Vietnam here pretty soon. So y'all going to stay tuned, subscribe because when we get over there, y'all gonna be seeing all this stuff that you're gonna see a whole world. I'm gonna be live and from that region. You're gonna be like, what? No, they do like that. They driving what? I thought that was a third world country, and they fluorescent Lamborghini. Oh my goodness, he got 10 of them. Yeah, like okay, the largest wealth transfer in the history of the world. You know where it all went? Asia. Yeah. So anyway, you just got to be in the know. You got to be. I was knowing that information because I was researching it 5 years, 6 years ago. Yeah, 6 years ago when I first went over there. So some things they already shifted, already hitting the streets over there, and what's hitting the streets over here is, oh, gonna run out the railroad strike and everything's falling apart. Well, in some other countries, it's falling in where they were the fall apart country. They're now the in the know, got the cash, got the loot, and the proof to they can show it to you. You look at some African countries. Africa is so expansive, so huge, man. These guys are people buying brand new houses paid for. People are, and that's not the essence of life. I'm just telling you. So don't think that this is the only spot where you can do something. You got to break out of that program because it's built to keep you in here. But anyway, all of y'all, morning spirit, get your kids to school. Diamond 3, in the place to be. See Marie throwing them links up. Throw your hands up. Nah, throw them links up. Throw them links up. Okay, all right. Sorry, I had a flashback from back in the day, when we used to do the thing. But anyway, I appreciate you, C. Marie. Appreciate all y'all's great energy. I'm about to get up out of here. Thanks, Kaz Realist, for subbing to both channels. That's really dope. I got to take a nap now because, boy, I just let it all out. Cat out the bag now. I'm going to go on in here. Got my shungite, EMF deflector on. I think it's working. Bouncing them signals away from me. Get you some shungite. Look up the word shungite and where it comes from. And when you find out which country it comes from, you can see why the rest of the world after them, or certain parts of the world is really after them. But you look up shungite, okay? But anyway, I'm going to get up out of here. Drop some comments after this thing posts. And if you just popping in, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. This is Major signing off for another kind of cool video. And until the next, peace, love, and the words of Don Cornelius. Go look that up too because some of y'all don't know. Soul, peace, love, and soul. Later, y'all.